What is up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, the Hakamadi and C, and we are diving back into our Attitude Year Season 2 recap covering all of 1999. You can check out Season 1 in the archives, and the past episodes of this season are all up and ready to view. Today we are covering WWE Raw is War from July 5th, 1999 in Fayetteville, North Carolina. And we start out with Stone Cold Steve Austin coming out to the ring, the new WWE champion. And Austin says there will be a first blood match at Fully Loaded between Austin and The Undertaker. Vince McMahon comes out and says WWE isn't big enough for the both of us. Someone has to go. Vince has a challenge. If Austin loses, he can never challenge for the WWE Championship again. And Vince says, the sight of you makes me want to vomit. If you win, you will never see Vince McMahon again. So Vince setting some new stipulations for their match. If Austin wins, he can never. Vince is gone. If Austin loses, he can never challenge for the title again. We see on Heat Bradshaw getting tombstone on the steps, and we have our tag team title match next. The tag team champions, the Acolytes, defending against the Hardy Boyz with Michael Hayes. The Hardys get the win after Matt hits Bradshaw with a cane and nails a top rope DDT. The Hardy Boyz are our new tag team champions now. Next, we have the Godfather taking on Gangrel. Before the match, Val Venus calls the Godfather's hose out, and out comes Droz and Prince Albert dressed up as the hose. Godfather gets the win after Droz, Albert, and Gangrel attack the Godfather and Val Venus until Edge and Christian come out and pull Gangrel back off of Godfather. Looks as if Edge and Christian don't want Gangrel involved. Next, we have Test taking on Joey Abs. During the match, Shane McMahon pushes Stephanie towards the ring, and the Mean Street Posse just attack Test, and they make Stephanie watch this attack on her boyfriend. Next, we see Chyna freaking out backstage because somebody spray painted "Suck It" on her car. She calls the police because of this. And we have our next match, the Hardcore Champion Al Snow defending against D'Lo Brown. These two men fight backstage, and then Mideon tosses tables on top of D'Lo Brown, and Al lays on top of D'Lo to retain the Hardcore Championship. Mideon has his eyes set on D'Lo Brown, and D'Lo definitely will be looking for revenge. Next, Howard Finkel tells the police backstage where Road Dogg and X-Pac are, and we have Val Venus taking on Road Dogg next. But before the match can happen, police come out, and they arrest the Road Dogg and X-Pac and put them in a police car and drive them to jail for the attack on Chyna's car. Next, the Intercontinental Champion Jeff Jarrett defends with Deborah against Chaz. He gets the win after he hits Chaz with a stroke after Deborah strips for Chaz. After Thrasher comes out and attacks Jeff Jarrett, and it looks like we might be seeing the Headbangers reunited. Next, Edge defeats the Big Boss Man after nailing a spear. After the match, Big Boss Man attacks Edge with a nightstick. Christian runs down, but Boss Man attacks Christian to this attacks him with a nightstick and handcuffs him to the ropes. And the Big Boss Man has been on a turn since he got kicked out of the corporate ministry. Next, Mr. Ass with Chyna defeats me after nailing a famouser. After the match, Chyna and Mr. Ass spray paint DX on PMS. It's interesting that Chyna had a can of spray paint when she was blaming Road Dogg and X-Pac earlier. Did she spray paint her car? We'll find out. Next, we see Kane defeating Hardcore Holly and the Big Show after a choke slam to Hardcore Holly. After the match, Kane and The Undertaker attack Big Show and nail a double suplex to Show, causing the Big Show to be busted open. And we've made it to our main event, The Rock versus Triple H in a steel cage match. This is a great main event between these two future rivals. And during the match, The Rock gets the win after escaping the cage. However, right after the match, Mr. Ass attacks The Rock. And it looks as if Mr. Ass still wants The Rock after attacking him from behind with a club last week. We have more Attitude Years coming your way. We've got our next episode, 2 more weeks until Fully Loaded. It's a stacked pay-per-view, and I'm excited for the card. So until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.